But I think while I think the Business Roundtable's announcement in August of last year, now it's last year, was mostly bullshit. Like 97% bullshit. I do think actually we're on the cusp of a new way to value a companies through the lens of stakeholders, like a broader, and I don't mean that to be like the touchy-feely stakeholder sense. Like I do mean that to be there is a certain level of social license that companies are effectively having to manage that they didn't have to manage before, especially in the wake of increased climate change effects. And I think this should and will coincide with the death of the ESG acronym. No more environmental, social governance, random ass buckets of shit. It is now stakeholder primacy is not what companies focus on. It becomes how companies get valued by those stakeholders. And I think you dispense with the notion that ESG is a thing, and you start just saying we value companies differently. We take into account all sorts of different factors. We talked about this in our show a few weeks ago, where we talked about death of ESG as an acronym, and I brought up the three-legged stool because everything happens in threes, of valuing companies using accounting data, marketing data, and real-world data. And I think real-world data includes all the stakeholders. So that's my mega trend for the next